Our first step in problem 34 is to clear fractions. Now, you could do this in one step by finding a common denominator, 35, and multiplying it by that. The problem is some people get hung up on finding common denominator, finding the least common denominator. And what I'm going to point out here is two things. One is that you don't have to do that. You can just do one fraction at a time. Second, and kind of a broader step that I want you to keep on thinking of throughout the class, not just in solving equations, but in everything we do, is this process of algebra is about taking a problem and making it simpler. It's not always going to be about getting it done. In this 090 elementary algebra, often there's several of you who will be able to see how to do the problem from start to finish right away, the second you see it. By the time you get into intermediate algebra, and certainly by the time you get into college algebra, it's not clear how to do things from start to finish right away. You just want to make the problem progressively simpler. So, the way we can make this is let's just focus on this first fraction. We want to get rid of fractions, and I'm going to just focus on this first one. Ignore the others, because we can get rid of them later. What's going to make this thing no longer a fraction? Multiply it by 5. But we can't just multiply it by 5. We have to multiply both sides of the equal sign by 5. So let's do that. So 5 times y over 5 becomes y. 5y over 5. 5 times negative 8 over 7, that's 5 over 1 times negative 8 over 7. This becomes negative 40 over 7. It is negative 5 times 8 over 1 times 7. And this becomes negative 5 over 7. Have we cleared the fractions off completely? No, but is it better than what was up there? Yeah. So now let's focus on this fraction. What's going to get rid of this fraction? Multiplication by 7. Except we can't just do it to a single fraction, so we have to do it to both sides of the equation. Again, notice how I picked that move to do. I focused on one thing I wanted to change, but then realized, oh, I can't just do that, change that one thing at a time. I've got to mess with both sides of the equal sign. So let's go. 7 times y is 7y. 7 times negative 40 over 7ths. The 7ths will cancel, and it will just leave you with 40, negative. 7 times negative 5 over 7 will just leave you with negative 5. Ah, so that did get rid of everything at one fell swoop, at that second step. Okay? What's the next thing we want to do with this? Add 40, because we got y on one side, we want all the constants on the other, and this negative 40 is spoiling that picture. So how do we get rid of negative 40? Add 40. If we add 40 to this side, we have to add 40 to this side too. So that leaves us with 7y equals 35. And now we want y all by its lonesome, so what do we have to do to this thing called 7y? Divide it by 7, but if we divide it by 7, we have to divide this by 7. That's going to leave us with y equals 35 divided by 7 is 5. Problem 38. We've got 2 plus a over 13 equals 3. Okay? So the first thing it says is clear fractions, right? So what do I have to do to get rid of the one fraction we have there?
Multiply by 13.
Multiply by 13. But if we multiply it by 13, we have to multiply both sides of the equation by 13. Now let's think about this process here of because there's something people like to do with this, okay? One approach to dealing with this problem, to dealing with this multiplication is, gosh, I know that the 13 up here and the 13 up here down here are going to be both factors of the numerator and denominator. Therefore, I can cancel them. That's ultimately what I'm going to do. Some other people will say, oh, we can distribute this parenthesis, this division bar acts like parentheses, so I can distribute 13 times 2 plus 13 times a. And that's fine. The thing is, this 13 gets one use in this problem. It's either going to cancel out these 13s or it's going to multiply across here. You can't do both. Once you've done one of those things, you've used it up. And the point of multiplying by 13 was to get rid of this 13 downstairs, to get rid of the fraction. So that's what we're going to choose to do. But don't try to do both things at the same time. That's not valid. So this side becomes 2 plus a, and this side, 3 over 1 times 13 over 1 becomes 39. Okay, we have to get a all by its lonesome. How do we do that? Subtract 2 from both sides, and that makes us done. A equals 37.